Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Grounding Podcast. It's been a minute since I've been live. Um, I've been recording and posting because I had people telling me that they haven't been getting some of that. They wanted some of that. So um, I did some of my podcast sessions that way, where I was recording and then posting after instead of just going live. And so today I decided I wanted to go live and um, not do it the recording way. I'm gonna sit up a little bit, but still make sure I can lean forward and see anybody that joins, which I really can't really see, to be honest with you. So, welcome to the Grounding Podcast. To anyone that's joining, thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so you can also see when I go live, okay? Um, today, today is a topic not for kids. So, if you have kids around, you probably don't want to, you know, indulge them in this topic. It is not a kiddie friendly topic today. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I put that out there before I start talking. So today I want to talk about something a little touchy that we all do, and that's sex. Today's topic is about sex. That's what I want to talk about. I feel like it's a touchy topic for some people, and some people are more open with it. Some people are more closed with it. It's a different mindset on that topic, right? And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I was talking with someone, and they were like stating that like now sex is like no meaning behind it. People are just like being I forgot the word fruitus. Oh, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Okay, but just no, there's no emotion behind sex anymore. There's no love behind it. Like it's just emotionless. And I'm like, well, that's not for everybody. That's not true. Like there's people that carry emotion behind sexual activity, right? Like sex is meaningful to them. It means there's people that if they have sex that means marriage for them. Like, okay, you're my husband at this point. And there's people that's like, okay, we have sex and it means nothing to them. And there's people that create emotional attachment for that. I honestly feel that sex carry emotional attachment no matter who it is. Even if you try to say like, oh yeah, I can have sex without emotions. I don't agree with that. I think regardless, like you are bonding, right? Like in a different type of way. And regardless of you not wanting it to create an emotional attachment, it do. I definitely feel like it carries a spiritual attachment as well, right? And so you're pretty much tying yourself with that person in some sense. That's just my thought process on it for sure. I absolutely believe that. And so this person was like, well, what about a person that just like to have sex? This is just what they like to do. They don't want no connection to it. They just want to have sex and that's it. And I'm like, well, I think the mindfulness behind that is you might just like to have sex and just want to do that, but are you thinking about the other person, right? Like that's what you want, but maybe that's not what they want. Maybe you're doing that, and while you're just mindlessly having sex, they're emotionally attaching to you. And so when you feel like, your sexual escapades are a little different than someone else's, you should share that. You should share that with that person, not just like, hey, we're going to go out and I'm going to have sex and, it's nothing to me, or the way the person was talking, it didn't seem like it would be nothing. But were you having a conversation on that topic? Right? So we do that a lot too, like make decisions for people, assumptions, as we may call them, right? and without asking, because we're judging from what they say or how they act, and we're assuming that that act or that statement means something that we expect it to mean, but it might mean something different to them. And so it's important to have those conversations when your sexual escapades are a little different than another person. So yes, I feel like sex should be taken seriously, especially there's a bunch of stuff out there right now, right? Like people carrying all sorts of things, right? So you should be mindful of sexual activity with people. But at the same time, if you're going to be polyamorous or multi partners, whatever terms that they make now to go with that type of living, that is their decision, right? Not judging, just not a type of thing that I would do, not my thing. Mm-mm. One to one is me. That's it. So, whatever life that person chooses to live, like, I think it's important to share that with whoever you're dealing with, right? Like, to inform them, let them know that that's your journey and that's what the route that you're taking, and don't just assume that route for them, right? I think that's important. So that's definitely somewhat of a touchy topic, because again, as I said, not judging anybody, right? Everybody choose their sex life to be different, and then there's people, and then there's the aspect of females that just like to have sex, and males that just like to have sex, right? But then the judgment comes. Right? Oh my God, this girl likes to have sex, and that means that she's dirty, or she's a whore, or she's this, or she's that. And then there's a guy that like to have sex, and oh, it's okay. He's a man. He's supposed to do that. I disagree. If you're gonna judge her in that same context, you should judge yourself in that same context. We're still humans. We're still people, and it doesn't matter if your private area is going inside of her, and because she has a circular area and you have a long area, doesn't mean that it's any different with the activity. You're still indulging in each other or indulging in another person, right? And so if it's nasty for one to do it, it's nasty for both to do it, right? So if you're gonna judge one, then judge yourself too, at the same time. So I do believe that, like, that bias situation of people saying that, oh, but I'm a man, I'm supposed to like sow my oats and do all of this. Are you supposed to go around and sleep with a bunch of women and have kids? Because when you're sleeping with this bunch of women, clearly you're not using things. So that's dirty in itself. Sorry. No judgment. But that's dirty in itself too. So if you're gonna judge the woman for doing it and saying that she's dirty for it, you can have a dirty D in the same way she's having a dirty P. So yeah, same book for me. Okay. Um, don't do for yourself what you don't want for someone else. Okay. Um, so definitely wanted to talk about that a little bit, because there's a whole bunch of different type of relationships right now, and but I definitely feel like you should allow the other person to choose. Okay? Don't just go around like, oh, I'm having sex because I like to have sex, and you're not telling this person, no, I'm just having sex because I like to have sex. And then that person then become emotionally attached, and you're wondering why they're emotionally attached, right? And vice versa. Females, if a man is like, oh, yeah, they're showing you signs that they just like to have sex and that's just what they do, and you indulge in that, and they told you and you indulge in it, can't be mad when he's not emotionally attached, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about that due to the topic I was having, discussion I was having with this person, and they were talking about sex and saying like, like, yeah, and this person just wanted to have sex, and I'm like, yeah, did he say that? Like, he kind of did. So yeah, different type of people. I just think it's important to share that with the other person. So I wanted to touch on that. That's one topic. Now my next topic. I'm gonna try so hard not to rant on this topic. I really, really am. But you know how I get about this topic, guys. But I'm gonna try not to rant. So I was talking to someone about um a video that I seen, right? So it's a very old video, and it was this girl, and I'm sorry, I wind up talking about it to the person, and it brought it back to my to my spirit. I'm sorry, my phone going off, guys. It brought it back to my spirit, and it just uprowed me all over again. Like that's how much it irritates me. And so in the video, the girl was with the guy. It was her boyfriend, her husband, fiance, whatever it is, and he bought a house. And so he took her. Oh, no wine today, guys. I didn't have any wine today. I did sprinkle some flower pebbles, rose pebbles on the counter because I was talking about sex, and I just figured, hey, let's put that on there, create that vibe. But back to the topic. So he bought her a house. She then comes out, see the house, and she starts spazzing out, right? Like, not in like spazzing out happy, grateful, but spazzing out like, what house is this? You bought this little old house. You have money to buy a bigger house. You're being cheap. You blah 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 blah. Like, when I say that disgusts me to my core, like it disgusts me to my core. And let me tell you why. And if you're a female out there that's like this, please, please think about your actions and like how you're being, because it's honestly disgusting. I'm sorry. It really is. Like, she was spazzing out and like acting outrageous because he bought a house and it wasn't to her liking. Ma'am, was that your money? Was it? No. So how are you complaining about a person spending their funds to give you stability? How do you spaz over that? I don't care if he bought two boxes and sold them together. Like, at the end of the day, it's not your investment. Like, that's his investment that he invested into you. And you are being so ungrateful, so disgusting about it. Like, if you can't even do it for yourself, how are you judging someone trying to do it for you? Like, that always confused me. Like, for me, I'm dating someone, things I do for myself, right? These are treats that I do for myself. These treats are, and maybe I'm a little different, maybe I'm a little different. That's okay. I'll be the weirdo. That's all right. I'm okay with being a weirdo. I'm a plant girl. I like plants. I'm a little different. So that's okay. So for me, I like right now I'm nail fasting. I've been nail fasting for a while. August is my final nail fasting. I'll be up with my nail fasting in August. So I'm really excited about that. So for me, I spend time to like sorry, my mom calling. I spend time to like do my nails. I might get my feet done mainly in the summer. In the winter, I just like, upkeep my feet but without polish, right? And I'll buy myself roses. As you can see, I love to do that. I always talk about that. Y'all hear me say that multiple times. If I'm like stressed out, I might go buy myself a plant and repot the plant, get my hand in some soil. You've seen me do that on here multiple times. If it's raining, I'll go out in the rain. I'll sit in the rain. Yes, I'm a little different. And so stuff like that. Like, I like peaceful little stuff. Like, take me on a picnic. Take me to go pick some strawberries and some flowers and buy me some roses. And, babe, you want to go do your nails today? And give me a little pampering. Send me to go do my little steams and my massages. Because that's stuff I do for myself. So for me, being with someone, taking that off of my hands and giving that catering to me and like, babe, here's some money to go do this. I know you like to go do this every month. Here's money every month for you to do that for yourself so you don't have to take it out of your pocket anymore. I'm good with that. That's like, oh my God, so sweet. It's like everything to me, right? Like, because it's self-care for myself. So if you're taking acknowledgement of my self-care and you're now taking care of me through my self-care, that means a lot to me. I don't need you to do the world. Like, if you choose to and you do something big for me, a grand gesture, then it's well appreciated. Very, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna get that appreciation. So for someone to like give another person such appreciation and they like shit on them, excuse my language, like that is so disgusting to me. And so I feel like as a woman, if you can't buy yourself, you've heard me say this before. Go back to my podcast. You've heard me had this discussion. As I said, I'm gonna try not to rant on it, because you can see me rant on it on my last podcast. So if you can't buy yourself a Birkin, you can't buy yourself some Fendi and all of this shit that you want that man to buy for you, don't expect him to buy it. Because can you go buy it? That's how I feel. If I'm going to have, I want someone to take the stress off of what I'm already doing. Because now I'm not asking you to do nothing that I can't do for myself, baby. So therefore, when you're not doing it, I'm not now used to something that now I don't have nobody to do it. Make sense? So in the sense, I feel like we're all humans. We're all struggling. We're all suffering, men and women. Sometimes men worse than women, right? Because in a sense, they have to go through certain things that we don't go through, just like women go through things that men don't go through. So we all have our own battles that we face, right? So why should one be more pressured than the other? I don't agree with that. I think that's a little crazy. Like, we're all people. Can we acknowledge that? We only have different parts. You've heard me say this before. And so that story, here I am ranting off again, kind of disgusted me and irritated me. So my last topic is something similar to that. So now, I think it was a day ago or two ago, somebody sent me a video, like a YouTube thing, and I was watching it. And there was these Jamaicans, and the girl on there, she was saying like, oh, if she is with a guy and the guy like don't make as much money, right? And he's at home and she has to come home and he's at home and he's taking care of everything. He's taking care of everything at home. He's doing everything. Just because taking care of the car, doing everything, okay? Just because he's at home with their babies, she now looks at him, it makes her feel less feminine, and now she feel like she a man, and she's gonna look at him differently because now she feels like she's losing her femininity, right? I'm sorry, that's dumb. That's dumb. Sorry, because at the end of the day, if that man wasn't around and you were single, right? Would you then not feel like a woman? Would you feel like you have a dick then? Like, I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. Because at the end of the day, whether a man is in my life helping me or not, I'm always gonna be girly, baby. I'm always gonna be a girly girl. I'm always a girl's girl. Always. Like, me taking care of my shit doesn't make me feel like I have a dick. Sorry. It just makes me feel like, oh, proud of myself because I'm doing it. I do it, baby. Okay? Because I'm single doing my own stuff now. Well, let me retract that. I've been single for a while, doing my own stuff for a little while now. I'm not gonna say I'm single right this moment, but at a moment for a long time, I was single, doing my stuff by myself. I'm still doing my stuff by myself, right? Like, just because I may be talking to somebody or whatever, it doesn't mean that I am not taking care of my shit by myself, right? So at the end of the day, I was raised different. Like, I was raised by a Jamaican woman that taught me to be self-sufficient, not to rely on nobody, to be very highly independent and stand on my shit. Okay? She very much taught me that. So she told me, never rely on nobody other than God. It's good to have some support. If the support is there, just make sure you can stand 10 toes down. And if that support leave or it's not around, you are still good. You can still maintain. So if you feel like, oh, this nigga's in my house and he's taking care of your babies, better yet, not even this nigga, your children's father, because she was saying like her baby father, and he's in the house and your kids are young and he's in the house with the kids, raising the kids. First of all, let's go back to talk about how many kids get molested and beat on and abused while in school, while in daycare. What? let me tell you, if I was to get pregnant again, my baby will not be going in no daycare. My cousin has kids and she stays home with them. Why? Too much things going on. Too much things happening to kids, especially black kids. So at the end of the day, like, what's the difference? You know how much money it costs to pay for someone to come watch your kids, and you can take that money, save it, and invest it into something else for your kids, or yourself, or your family, or give them some kind of generational wealth to carry on with. But you're mad because someone is staying home to make sure your kids are good. It doesn't matter who's staying home. At the end of the day, this is what I want to say. When you go to work, right, and you're working for this company, that company needs teamwork. Different people function different parts of the company to make the company flow, right? Why then you can do that at work, but you can't do that in your relationship? Why then you can't say, hey, we need to work as a team. This is the function that we're going to do. And this is what's going to help to make our family become successful and get to where we need to go. So if that means you stay home and I go do this, or babe, we split this, or you make sure whatever job you take, it ends at this time so you can pick the kids up from school. And I'll make sure whatever time I take, I adjust. Teamwork. You can teamwork for these people companies, but you can't do it for your own life. Make it make sense, baby, please. I'm just not understanding. And so that statement that she made, yeah, it low key irritated me because I was just like, oh, so you don't feel like a woman no more? Did your part change? Did it turn over? Did you like transition? Like, I'm a little confused. And so, hearing people talk like that and females talk like that, it disgusts me, one. And two, I feel like it's so bad to do that because then now you're sending this vibration out, and other females that may not know any better are picking this vibration up, and then now they're following it. And then they go repeat it to their friend, and their friend carried it. And then it goes further and further, and then now it becomes like a trend and a thing. And everybody feels like, oh, I should just do what everybody's doing, and that's not the right thing to do. Just because everybody's doing it doesn't make it right. What's good for the geese is not always good for the gander. Let me just say that. So at the end of the day, I feel like analyze your own problem and situation, right? And then navigate it the way it should as a team with your partner. And if there is no partner, navigate it with around yourself and your kids and whatever it is you need to do, the same way you would if you were single. Because I have to navigate my stuff by myself all the time. But do I do it? Yes, I do. And so I feel like self growth is important, but self growth is important if you're growing with your own aspects as well, and not just what people are placing in your head or you're hearing and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Analyze it first before you choose to do it. What it says, search. Sorry. That's what the Bible says. Search everything before you pick it up. Right? Even things you see, even things in the Bible, even things you learn and know, search it before you choose it. Same with a person. Search them before you choose them. Right? That's why searching is the same as getting to know a person before you choose to marry them or be with them. Even though I truly believe you're never, ever, ever going to really know someone. And why? Because we as humans are always evolving. You'll know certain traits of them or certain versions of them, right? Because then while they're learning and growing, you're with them through that, right? So the version of me that I was 6 years ago is not the same version of me now. So a person might come into my life and be like, oh my God, if you're this person, like, how come you're still by yourself? Or how come such and such? Well, because that version that I was before, was not what I am now. So the version of me that you're getting now is the better version of me. And so you just happen to benefit from what God has grew me to be, right? And so sometimes I feel like also like God evolve you for who they have for you too, right? So just know that people evolve, right? And they grow, you know. You gotta grow through what you go through. I heard that before, and I think it's so true, right? Because you go through things, but you don't want to sit in it and let it eat you alive. You gotta try to grow through it. And so I wanted to talk about those topics. I'm not going to be long. I feel like I smell my recipes burning. So I'm about to go take care of that. Finish cooking. Make sure my son has something to eat when he come home. That's the man in my life right now. So God, of course, number one. So I'm definitely gonna go take care of that because I think I smell it burning a little bit. So I wanted to say thank y'all for joining, and I'm sorry I'm a little short today. I don't think I'm that short today. I don't think I was too short. I think I was just right. What y'all think? I think I was just right. So don't forget to stay grounded. Share, like, follow, subscribe if you haven't already. Share it to your mama, your auntie, your cousins, your brother, your sister, your nephew, your baby sister, your baby brother, everybody, okay? Share. It's free to share. I say this over and over again. What does it cost to share? How much money does it cost to share? Zero, nothing. It's just a button. Click it, okay? Share, support, okay? And like the live. And thank you for those 2 likes already. So make sure y'all go ahead and do that. And don't forget, as always, to stay grounded. Okay? Love y'all.